Okay, so I think I got the hang of Ecamm Live. I'm still on a free trial. Thank you to my brother Rabbi Eduardo, Radar Apologetics, for coming through a few days ago and walking me through some of the basics and even some of the intermediate stuff. It's going to be a while before I get it all figured out, but I think I got the hang of making scenes and doing overlays, and now it's just a matter of trial and error, playing around with it, seeing what I like, what I don't like. What I wanted to do though was kind of take everyone through the setup that I have going on. So I'm going to actually switch my camera and show you how I have my Stream Deck set up, because that is what I'm using to kind of control this. So if you'll see on the first one, I have my first scene and I just have it called wallpaper, and that is like the splash screen wallpaper that I would play before a stream starts, and we'll go through all of this in a moment. I'll click all the buttons. And then the second one, that's just the main camera. That's what you're looking at now. Then I have a screen share, and in that screen share I'll pop up in the corner, and if I have a guest, the guest will be right beneath me. So it would be two of us looking at that screen. And then I have one for 5 guests plus me, so that would be 6 people all on screen at the same time. Then this one is for 2 guests, so that would just be me and another. Excuse me, had to sip my coffee. And then right down below, that would be for a few guests and a screen share. So my screen would pop up, and then all of the cameras would be beneath that. Here we have just previous scene, next scene. We have a play sound, stop sound. Then we have the hide controls or show controls, mute mic, pause, recording, finish the recording. So pause is if it wasn't recording right now, that would say record. So it goes from record to pause. And then we have finish, and then if I click this one, it takes you over into the next, and you'll see these 6 right here are all to individual cameras. So if I added guests, I could shut their cameras on or off with that. And then this one here is for my key light, which is on top of my camera. And yeah, that's basically the setup with that. So let me switch back to me. And currently I am recording this on my Blue Yeti microphone, because for whatever reason I have this Sennheiser shotgun mic that I like. I like it better than the Yeti. The Yeti gives me like a little bit of I don't know what it is, feedback, background noise, something like that. And I have the Sennheiser mic going into a Scarlett Focusrite, or Focusrite Scarlett. And for whatever reason, yesterday it just started going crazy. So I'll show you really quickly. If I change over to the Scarlett, you're going to hear it's going to just be this crazy noise. It'll increase and just do this crazy noise and not work. So I'm only going to do it for a second. Alright, so you caught that in the video. It just went to this crazy distortion. Like it starts off okay and then it just begins to increase. I don't know why. I've unplugged the mic several times. I've unplugged the Scarlett from my computer, plugged it back in. I'm not seeing anything in the Ecamm settings that would cause that. So I really don't know what's going on. I think I might bite the bullet and just end up getting a Rodecaster Pro Duo, or a Rodecaster Duo. I think the Pro is the one with 4 inputs. I just need 2. I really only need 1. But yeah, so that's going to be that. Now, Ecamm has a feature. Let me find it here. It's called Live Demo Mode. So let me click on that. Alright, so now it should be recording my entire screen. Now, this is my setup. So, like I said, if I click on right, so that was the wallpaper. It muted my mic. I'm going to do that again and see if I could unmute my mic, just so I could talk over it. So let's go back to the wallpaper. All right, so now my mic is unmuted. I'm just going to turn those sound effects down. So this is what you would see. The time was set to begin and end when the beat ends. So there you go. Turn that down some more. And this is my production in case anybody was wondering. Alright, so let's go back to me. So this is what we got. Now, up here, you see the interview panel. So if I send the link to somebody and they click on it, this is where they'll pop up, and then I could add them to the live stream or the video. I wonder if it works for when you're just in record mode versus live mode. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Then up here we have my sound levels. So you have all of that. This is the Zoom integration. So if you want to add guests, right now I have, because I'm on the free trial, I have 9 days left, I believe. It says I have 120 minutes of interview trial time. So I think you get, I want to say you get like 20, is it 20 hours a week or 20 hours a month or something like that? I got to go back and look at the fine print. But you only get so much time to have other people on camera. So the Zoom integration apparently is some kind of workaround. I'm going to have to play with that, see how that all works. This is the main screen. So you can see here I have all this going on, and let me switch my camera. You can see I got the camera switcher down here. So let's go here. So you see all this, and as soon as I click this bottom button, those controls disappear. All right. So now they're back. Okay. Now you will notice right up here is the Ecamm Live logo. This is because it's a free trial, so they watermarked it. There is a workaround that I found though. If I hit preview mode, it's still there, but once I go back to live mode, it disappears. So in the first stream I did when Radar was showing me how to use some of the features, there was no logo up there. So I must have done that at some point before. I didn't even know. But so that's a nice little feature if you're using the trial mode and you don't want to you don't want the watermark on your recording or your live stream. Now, here are comments. If I was live, I would see my comments here. If you click on a comment, it'll pop up on the screen, just like StreamYard. So I like that a lot. And you also have the ability to move around the comment, change the font, stuff like that. Again, down here is my camera switcher. You gotta forgive me, I got like an itch right under my nose. And then so I could switch to this camera over here. It's a little closer shot. This one is a Sigma 30mm. This one here is a Sigma 16mm. Now I got to figure out why the color is so different between the two of them. I don't know if it's something in the camera settings. I don't know if it's the fact that this one is just so much closer. But you could see my face is much more pale and it looks to me more well lit in this one. And this one, my face is more pinker, redder. So I don't know. I would like to get the color to match up on both of these. We'll see if I could get that figured out at some point. So let's go to the next scene. Or actually, hold on. So here are the sound effects. These are all the stock stuff. So, I could hit the triangle. I could hit, where's that DJ? Air horn. You have all that kind of fun stuff. Here's my beat. So you got all that kind of stuff. Here are the camera effects. So let's say I wanted to zoom in on this camera. I can do that right from there. So you have that going on. And there's other effects you can do. There's some green screen stuff. You could adjust the brightness and temperature and all of that. I probably won't be messing around with that stuff too much. Now, I'm noticing here though, it seems to be some lag between what I'm actually talking versus what I'm seeing on screen. So I gotta see what that's gonna look like when I play back this recording. Here are my scenes. So right now I'm on the main camera. These are the overlays. These are things that you put in the scenes. And then here is my Stream Deck. You know, if I want to add or remove anything or edit, I do it right in here. And that's basically it for that. So now let's run through the scenes. So right now this is the main camera. This is me. Again, I could switch. You know, I could go camera B. We can go down to the Stream Deck. I could do it right from here, or I could do it from here. If I were to go between one of the others that I have set for a guest, that's what would pop up now. If somebody was on camera, it could go to that. And if we go to the next scene, this is for if I was going to share my screen. So let me move over here. So you would see me here. And if I had a guest, they'd be down here. And then here's my screen. So if I want to play something. So that's that. Or let's say I want to pull up accordance. Just do this. I have it up to Psalm 122:6. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Obviously, in light of current events with Iran bombing them. I really do pray for swift resolution to all that. You know, there's enough people needlessly dying around the world. We don't need to add to it with more war. But so that's that. Now, if I had on several guests, you would see here's me, here's all my guests. You know, could have up to 6. You could add more. And there's even a button. If you look down here, down in the Stream Deck, they have one for add a guest to the left, add a guest to the right, solo guest. So again, something I'm gonna have to play around with and see what that does. See, you know, I set these up, I set the spacing up, the sizing up. I gotta see what the adding guest to the left or right does. You know, if they automatically size it, what that looks like, how that works. I don't know, I haven't played with that yet. And I would imagine I'd have to have guests to play with that. But so that's that. Now, if I switch it to 2 guests, this would be me and somebody else. You know, got my name under there, and you have my guest's name here. Problem is, if the guest has a longer name than guest, this little YouTube button would get in the way. So I'll probably end up removing those. You know, again, just playing around with this, trying to get the hang of it. And finally, if I want to switch to a screen share with multiple people, if I want to have accordance pulled up, here it is. And you can see down here, it's enough room for me and 4 others. So I think that's pretty good. And what else? Or, you know, we could pull up my web browser. I got YouTube open, but that's that. And that's pretty much all I have for the moment. Let's bring it back to here. So yeah, that's my Ecamm setup at the moment. Got 9 days left on the trial. I'm going to try to record a couple of videos in it. I want to really figure out what this audio issue is with my Sennheiser mic and the Scarlett Focusrite, because, you know, that's annoying. You know, I would like everything to work together. It was working when I first set it all up, so I don't know what changed. But yeah, it's probably forcing my hand to get this Rodecaster Duo. And, you know, I saw one on eBay that was discounted, so I might pull the trigger on that. We'll see. But yeah, so I want to do at least one more live stream and a couple videos in this, see how I like it. But chances are I'm going to pull the trigger. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's go Ecamm Live for Mac. So let's go back to, hold on real quick. Boom. Let's go. Alright. So, where are we at? Let's share my screen. Alright, so here's Ecamm. Let's look at the pricing. Alright, so I would do the Pro. They have it for $32 a month. Let's make that larger. Build is one payment of $384. That's not cheap. That's not cheap by any means. And if it's subscription, that means it's annual. That means it's $384 a year. So, I would like to know that this is something that I'll get enough use out of that it's going to justify paying that price. But I do like the ability to stream in 4K. That's what I did the first one. I don't think I will do that going forward. Somebody left a comment. They said, yeah, we don't need to see your pores. I agree completely. You don't need to see my pores or every out of place mustache hair or whatever. So I'll probably stream at 2K. But, you know, all of these features that I'm playing with now on the program, I like them. And I really wouldn't want to give them up. So, you know, what plan is this? The standard? I just don't. It doesn't have enough features. I'd rather pay twice the price and get all of the features. You know, it's a. You could do it by the month. I would just do the one time to save a couple bucks. And it's like, you know, just rip the Band-Aid off, let it hurt for a moment, and then enjoy the rest of it. You know, pay once. What do they say? Pay once, cry once, or something like that. I don't know what it is. Anyway, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But again, I got a few days, little over a week left in this trial, so I'm going to use it for free, really try to get the hang of it, figure it out, and just let it do what it does until I pull the trigger on buying it. I'm going to keep StreamYard around for a little bit too, just to go back and forth and, you know, see what's easier or whatever, but I'm thinking Ecamm is going to be the way to go. So with that said, I appreciate you watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Click on the bell to be notified for when videos drop. Drop a comment, leave a like, share with your friends. I'll catch you in the next one. God bless.